from Oregon.
Well, President Trump and the Republican team are driving up the cost of health care to a point that many Americans are not going to be able to afford it. That is a horrendous factor. Either you pay a lot more or you can't afford it at all and you don't have health insurance. That's issue number one that we're addressing with the Democratic alternative. You know, Republicans are in charge of everything. They have the keys to the kingdom. They have the House, the Senate, the Oval Office. They have a Supreme Court handing the president more power. They're in charge. And in charge, they decided their priority was a families lose, billionaires win agenda. And at the heart of it was destroying health care for Americans across the land. And in my state, the projected increase is about 68%, about $1,300 a person. And you can imagine how devastating that is to families on limited means. Second issue, very important, is we took an oath to the Constitution. And the Constitution assigns the power of the purse to Congress. But President Trump, through a series of tactics, slowing down, freezing, impoundments, slow walking funding until the end of the fiscal year and then saying, oops, the fiscal year ended, has been stealing the power of the purse and creating an effective line item veto. The Supreme Court's already weighed in, said a line item veto is unconstitutional. So we're calling on our Republican colleagues to stand with us together to defend the Constitution and the separation of powers. Now, we see many other authoritarian actions that we'd like to address through legislation, but we can't get that legislation up because we're in the minority. But what we can do is use the power that Bernie's referred to and Elizabeth referred to say, hell no, we're not going to vote for a continuing resolution that is partisan and destroys health care, and hell no, we're not going to vote for a continuing resolution, a budget, if you will, a spending bill that can be undone by the president in an effective line item veto.
Thanks very much.